Hey, what's going on, guys? Big Green here from Boomer Gaming, and today, guys, I am playing Warframe. Now, I've been playing the game for a while, and I've done a lot of grinding, and I've had some friends help me with the grinding. I've been helping some friends with the grinding and stuff that the game has, and it is, I mean, it's a lot of grinding. If you guys play Warframe, then you know what I'm talking about. If you guys don't, then you guys should definitely check it out. But I'm going to be talking a little bit about the roleplay series that I'm working on for Warframe. And I've got a lot of ideas that I'm going to go over. And I'm going to go over a little bit about the details of the Warframe, because about the roleplay for the Warframe. Because some of the stuff in it might be a little confusing and stuff. Right now I am playing as the Warframe known as Oberon. And the way that we're going to do the characters is their names will be, you know, each name will be thought of by the person playing that character and all that. And their last name will be the name of the Warframe that they're using, which we will refer to as the main frame. So, I mean, so the way that's going to work is, like, a person can have, they can have like 3 Warframes or something like that, and they'll have their main frame, which will be what their last name is, which is still a little kink that I'm working in there into the role play. But the reason why we'll do it that way is so that the reason why I want to do it that way is so that it's not always the same characters, and you might see someone else playing as a different Warframe. And so for example, my character, which I just got done recording the intro, my character is Ryuga Oberon. So, but I also have the Necros, I have Excalibur, I have Vauban, I have Atlas. So you might see me playing, it might be another character for that point of view. And it's a little bit hard to describe because I really like doing role plays, and I've been in a few role play videos with other YouTubers and stuff, like Wolfpack Studios doing The Hunted. I helped him with some of the stuff from Resurrection and things like that. So I have some of the experience, and this is a chance for me to branch out on my own and, you know, try to do my own thing, try to do my own, you know, role play and stuff. And this is a test run, so it is gonna be rough as shit. I'm gonna work my ass off on, you know, editing and, you know, trying to make sure that it's good and stuff. And as you guys, if you guys have seen my videos, then you know I don't edit shit, so I'm gonna really work hard on this. This game takes a lot of grinding to get shit done, and I've actually never edited a video in my life. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna try and make it good, because, you know, this is my first role play, and that's one thing that I've kind of understood, is that your videos make a lot of your channel. So I mean, you have to have good quality, you have to have good editing and all this stuff, but I'll talk about that stuff at a later date. As far as the roleplay goes, there will be like what's it called, like different points of views from other characters in the roleplay. Now I might play some of those characters. So, like, you might see me playing as Atlas as a different character. So that's going to be, you know, like a thing. And another thing is with the syndicates, like you see on Oberon's chest here. Let me see if I can get a better look at it. This is the sigil for the Arbiters of Hexus, which is a syndicate in the game. Now, where the intro starts off is like halfway through the story. So, you know, the character, he's got like he's got a battle scar and all this stuff, and you know, and he's a little bit more hardcore, and you know, all that stuff. And the way that we're gonna run the ranking system is the sigils we're gonna try and run it with the using the sigils of each syndicate. So that way, you know, everybody will be in a syndicate, and they'll each have a different, you know, type of sigil decal on their armor and stuff, and that's what will mark them out and, you know, show their rank. But the intro, like I said, is like halfway through the actual story. So, you know, it's have to do, you know, like the early part where they're still on, where, you know, Ryuga is still on Cetus and he hasn't gotten his Warframe yet. Now, one thing is, when you come out of your Warframe and you play as your Tenno, all of the Tennos look like children, and that was something that was that's going to be really hard to work with. So you won't see like the adults and stuff like that, which is kind of a bummer in my opinion, because I was really looking forward to, you know, working with something like that, having like an adult Oberon type character and stuff like that. But I mean, it's you know, it's part of the game. It's, you know, stuff you have to learn how to work with, and, you know, all that stuff, which honestly I don't mind. I see it kind of as a challenge. And if you guys have, you know, watched my Doom videos, then you know I welcome the challenge. So, you know, it's all gonna be a work in progress. I am still working on my actors list, and since the Tenno are kids, since the actual operator of the Warframe is a child, I will be able to, you know, have actors and stuff that are, you know, younger, so long as they're not like 5 or 6 years old. I have a friend who I believe will actually, you know, relish the chance to, you know, show off some of his acting abilities. And he's a really good friend of mine. I've played a few games with him, and I have a few other games that I would love to do role plays for. But, you know, right now my main focus is on Warframe, because I'm really loving this game. The grinding is a pain in the ass, and it's almost like a fighting strategy game to a point. And I really like that about it, but at the same time I really hate that about it. It gets really annoying having to wait 5 or 6 hours just to craft something. So don't expect these videos to be coming out, you know, once a week or something like that. But there is gonna be like a lot of cool stuff added in there. You know, we're gonna start off on Cetus. We're gonna, you know, go on like little adventures out into the plains of Eidolon and all that stuff. You know, we're gonna do all that stuff. We're gonna go through some, like, you know, like training type stuff, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing it. And one of the main things that's gonna be, you know, interesting to work with is all the other players in Cetus that aren't even part of the role play, which is gonna be like the way we incorporated that, and that actually helped me decide on the characters' names and stuff like that, because I couldn't be walking around and be like, my name is Oberon, and shit like that, and then oh, there goes someone else that's an Oberon. So the way that we would incorporate that into the roleplay with the names of the characters is the character has an actual name, and their last name is the name of the Warframe. So it would be easier and be like, oh look, there's my uncle, uncle whatever, blah 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 blah, whatever the fuck his name's gonna be. So stuff like that actually makes it easier to incorporate things into the roleplay. Now, as far as abilities go, we will be using the abilities like Smite and I can make grass grow in space. I have no idea what the hell that is supposed to do. I think it damages enemies. And then I have my Reckoning ability, which I actually needed to do that for my affinity. But yeah, we will have for the early part, there will be a character playing that's in their Warframe the entire time. And one thing that you will see is that the Warframes themselves will have a different sigil on it. Like mine is the Arbiters of Hexus. You'll have ones that have the New Loka sigil, Cephalon Suda, Parent Sequence, all these different sigils and stuff. But then when the Operator comes out, he has the Conclave sigil on him. And that's another thing that we're going to incorporate in there, is that each syndicate is like a form in the government. Like the Conclave is going to be like the heart of the government. They're going to be like the politicians and stuff like that, and the law enforcement, and all that. And the Arbiters of Hexus are going to be kind of like the Marines. They're going to be like like the highly trained soldiers and stuff like that. And that's a lot of the stuff that we have to incorporate in there. And that's one thing that you guys will get to see. You will get to see me and my companions, my comrades and stuff, go into the strata relay with our Warframes. And they won't have a sigil on them, but you will get to see us decide on what syndicate we go with. What syndicate we join as our... We technically call it the Path of the Tenno. So... And that's what we're going to call it in the roleplay anyway. I don't know what the hell you call it anyway. Like Syndicate Choosing or something like that, but... Yeah. So... That's gonna be a big episode, because you might see me actually go with like a New Loka or something like that. But honestly, I will 9 times out of 10, every time I've actually thought about it, I will go with the Arbiters of Hexus. That's like my thing. The Arbiters are like my favorite fucking character, my favorite syndicate in the game. And it's just because of how they are. They're like so disciplined and, so well-rounded with shit that, that appeals to me. But you'll get to see the paths that my comrades go through. Someone might pick New Loka or the Parent Sequence or blah, 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 whatever. And some characters will be cut off, some characters will die off, and it's gonna be a thing. It's not gonna be oh, the bad guy, the bad guys always lose and good guys always win. If that's the case, then, and there's no like despair and no like oh shit, like drama, I guess, then it gets boring. So I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun working with all that. And there might not be a lot of shots, like a lot of scenes inside the orbiters and stuff like that, inside our ships. There might be, a couple here and there, but Most of our stuff is actually going to be like on the planets doing the missions, and you know, in Cetus and on the plains of Eidolon. And it's going to be a lot of editing. There's going to be a lot of editing to do with this, and it's going to be a long and just real pain in the ass process for me. But, you know, like I said, I'm looking forward to that challenge. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, I know I'm gonna have fun doing it. I hope that, you know, the actors that I'm gonna be bringing in will enjoy doing it, because all they really have to do is sit back, read some lines, and you know, do their shit. So, and try not to die until, you know, it's actually written in your script there, guys. I mean, come on. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it, and I hope you guys like it. That's like one of my main things. I've seen, I haven't seen, but I've looked up role plays for Warframe, and I have not seen any good ones. They're all squeakers running around in their Warframes, like they haven't even unlocked the Tenno yet, and I'm like, man, that looks like shit. It sounds like shit, looks like shit, smells like shit. Obviously, it's shit. So, I mean, if you're gonna do a role play, right? I mean, you gotta like incorporate stuff in there. You can't just be like, just running around and shit, jumping all over the place, talking about like, you know, a serious matter. Like you and your comrades are sitting there in the room, and you know, like you're talking about like a war about to break loose on the planet and shit, and you're over here just like jumping around and looking all stupid and shit. And I mean, plus you add that on with, yeah guys, we're gonna totally beat those guys. Like your lines suck, your voice sucks, you're not even playing a character, you're just sitting there talking and being bored out of your fucking mind. Why do you even attempt this shit? So, I mean, that right there is honestly one thing that really pisses me off, is seeing like all these like little kids, like 7-8-year-old kids, like trying to do this. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some really good kid voice actors and shit like that, and I have respect for them, but there are some that are just straight up garbage, and it pisses me off because they set a bad name for the rest of them. I've actually worked with a few other YouTubers that do role plays and stuff like that, and I'm not gonna name them off, but they're like, yeah man, I'm gonna record this scene, man, and I need like 6-7 actors for it. And I'm like, okay, I know if you guys will make sure they're not squeakers. And I'm like, okay, like what's the problem with a squeaker if they know how to act? He's like, man, no squeakers know how to act, man. None of them do. They're too young. I'm like, okay then. I mean, I can get it if it's like you don't want a squeaker playing an adult character, right? Because then it's like, the general of the army comes out and he's like, soldiers, line up, and it's just, no dude, just no. Stuff like that just does not register. It's just not even good, and honestly it makes your channel look like shit. So I mean, but that's you know, stuff you have to work with and stuff you have to work on and sacrifice. Now there will be a squeaker in this, I can almost guarantee it, and you can kind of understand it because the Tenno is a kid, and not all of them are going to sound alike. My character is going to sound like me. He's going to sound like an adult. Now, is he going to be like, you know, like at the start of it, he's going to be, you know, he's going to be fun, he's going to be like goofy and stuff like that, he's going to be cracking jokes and, you know, being a kid. But then when it comes time to get serious, you know, after the scar and the battles and shit like that, he becomes hardened, and he becomes a leader and a soldier. He's not a kid anymore. And that's one thing that we're gonna you know, add into the characters and stuff like that. Like the characters are gonna get hardened, but you know, some of them might still sound like a kid because they are a fucking kid. And you know, that's, you know, stuff that you have to work on. You know, you have to plan it out. You have to get your scripts and stuff like that, which a lot of this will most likely be improv. When I did the intro, I literally had to redo that intro 8 to 9 times just to get it right to where I liked it. And then even at the start of it, I still fucked up because I kind of like, my voice kind of like just kind of like cut out a little bit into a whisper, and it really pissed me off. But I was like, fuck it, I'm going with it because I like it. I finally got the script memorized in my head and was like, yep, I'm doing it. Nope. Not restarting that. Fuck it. But that was like a big thing for me. And that was literally the first step, and I am dragging on here. What the fuck am I doing? But guys, I hope you guys tune in to check it out. I'm sorry if this video dragged on, but you know, I just wanted to inform you guys of, you know, the role play and, you know, how things will work and stuff like that. And wow, I found a road. I didn't even know that. Holy shit. See, not even paying attention. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I'm going to. So, but yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later on.